What if the final move that changes everything isn't from Meech's enemies, but from someone inside his own circle? The BMF Season 4 finale is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable episodes yet, and the build-up we've seen so far has been nothing short of explosive. With each passing episode, the stakes have climbed higher, and now in episode 10, all the tension, betrayal, and ambition is ready to explode. Fans know this show never holds back when it comes to shocking twists, and that's why the finale could completely flip the story in ways no one expects. The question isn't just who will win, but who will survive and which characters might not make it into Season 5. The road to the finale has been carefully laid out across Season 4. Meech has been fighting on two fronts, expanding his empire, while trying to stay one step ahead of law enforcement and rival crews. His ambition has always been his strength, but in the final stretch, ambition also becomes his greatest risk. By episode 9, Meech has built up enough power to draw serious attention from everyone, including enemies who want his head and the FBI who won't stop until they bring him down. This pressure cooker of power and paranoia sets the perfect stage for episode 10 to deliver a finale that feels both inevitable and shocking. Terry, on the other hand, has been pulled deeper into the game despite his earlier attempts to balance the business with a sense of stability for his family. But this season has shown us that there's no safe ground in BMF's world. Every choice Terry makes comes with consequences, and by now, he's in just as deep as Meech. The finale will likely push him into an impossible position where he has to choose between his brother, his family, and his survival. Season 4 has hinted again and again at how dangerous that tension is, and episode 10 could finally force Terry to make a move that changes his relationship with Meech forever. The FBI's presence has grown heavier with each episode, circling tighter around BMF like a shark closing in on its prey. Episode 9 already made it clear that law enforcement is watching every step, and the finale could be where they finally strike. Whether it's a raid, an arrest, or a setup from an informant, episode 10 has all the pieces in place for the law to come crashing down hard on Meech and Terry, but the real twist might be how the brothers respond to that pressure. Do they fight back harder, or does someone close to them decide to cut a deal and save themselves? All of this tension, Meech's empire, Terry's divided loyalties, and the FBI's unrelenting pursuit creates a storm that feels like it can only break wide open in the finale. Episode 10 won't just be another chapter. It will be the breaking point where decisions can't be undone. Whether it's betrayal, arrest, or bloodshed, the finale promises to change the landscape of BMF forever. And the craziest part? No matter how it ends, it's only setting the stage for an even bigger Season 5. What if episode 10 doesn't just give us a shocking twist, it delivers a moment so big it rewrites everything we thought we knew about BMF? That's the kind of energy the Season 4 finale is carrying. This isn't just another episode where Meech and Terry deal with rivals or shake off the FBI. This is the episode where betrayals, deaths, and life-changing decisions all collide at once. Fans have been waiting for that one unforgettable moment that will have everyone talking long after the credits roll, and episode 10 feels like the perfect storm for it. So let's dive into the predictions that could make the finale the wildest ending yet. First, let's talk betrayal, because in BMF, betrayal is never far away. Episode 10 could give us a shocking double cross from someone we least expect. It might not be one of the big enemies we already know, but rather someone inside Meech's trusted circle. Maybe a soldier who feels overlooked, a friend who's tired of the danger, or even a family member who thinks turning on BMF is the only way to survive. This show thrives on the idea that loyalty is fragile, and the finale is the perfect place to test it. If betrayal does happen, it won't just sting Meech personally, it could tear apart the empire he's worked so hard to build. Imagine Meech facing an attack not from the streets, but from someone he calls brother. That's the kind of twist that could leave fans in complete shock. Then there's the question of death. Let's be real. Season 4 hasn't been shy about showing how dangerous this world is. But episode 10 feels like the point where someone major could be taken out. It might be a rival character finally getting their downfall, But the bigger shock would come if a beloved figure close to Meech or Carrie meets their end. The finale is the kind of stage where the writers could hit us with a loss so heavy it sends ripples through the entire story heading into Season 5. Killing off a central character isn't just about shock value, it forces the survivors to change. For Meech, it could mean doubling down on his ruthless side. For Terry, it could mean questioning whether the cost is worth it. That's the kind of emotional punch a finale needs. Another prediction is the FBI finally making their biggest move. Yet, we've seen them watching, planning, and building their case, but episode 10 could be the moment where everything comes crashing down. Whether it's a raid on Meech's operations, a surprise arrest, or a carefully planted informant leading them straight to BMF's inner circle, law enforcement feels closer than ever. And here's where the twist could really hit. What if the FBI isn't just looking to arrest Meech? They're hoping to flip someone close to him. Imagine the suspense. If the finale ends with a character we trust being revealed as the informant, that would not only destroy BMF's trust from within, it would leave fans stunned heading into Season 5, but maybe the most unpredictable twist is the rise of a new rival. Episode 10 could introduce a shadowy figure waiting in the background. Someone who's been watching Meech's rise and is ready to challenge him at the worst possible time. We've seen rivals come and go throughout the series, but the finale could set up a new threat unlike anything Meech has faced before. An enemy who doesn't just want territory but wants to crush the BMF legacy completely. Even a quick glimpse of this new force could be enough to set the stage for Season 5, showing that while Meech has fought hard to survive, the real war is just beginning. All these possibilities: betrayal, death, law enforcement closing in, and new rivals make Episode 10 unpredictable in the best way. The finale could easily hit us with more than one of these shocks, layering betrayal on top of tragedy, or pairing a death with a cliffhanger that teases the next big rival. That's why fans are on edge, because BMF finales aren't about playing it's safe, they're about leaving us with our jaws on the floor. And this time, it feels like the writers are ready to go all in. Asterisk, what happens when the bullets stop flying and the betrayals are finally revealed? The most powerful part of any BMF finale isn't just the action, it's the emotional aftermath that leaves characters broken, hardened, or changed forever. Episode 10 won't just shock us with gunfire and cliffhangers. It will show us the cost of every choice Meech, Terry, and their circle have made this season. Because in the world of BMF, the emotional fallout always hits harder than the violence. Season 4 has built so much tension around family bonds, loyalty, and survival, that the finale is bound to push every character past their breaking point. And once those lines are crossed, there's no turning back. For Meech, the fallout will likely strike right at the heart of his identity as a leader. He's been the driving force behind BMF's expansion, the one with the vision to take their operation beyond Detroit. But vision comes with sacrifice, and Episode 10 could show the weight of those sacrifices crashing down. If betrayal or death strikes close to him, Meech may be forced to realize that his pursuit of power has put everyone he loves in danger. Yet Meech is not the kind of man to fold under pressure. The finale could push him into an even colder, more ruthless mindset, one where emotions are locked away and survival comes first. Fans could see the birth of a harder version of Meech, one who is ready to burn everything around him just to make sure BMF survives into Season 5. Terry's emotional journey may be even more conflicted. Throughout Season 4, we've seen him wrestle with the constant push and pull between his brother and his desire for a normal family life. The finale could force him into an impossible choice: protect his family or protect his brother. If law enforcement closes in, or if someone in their circle betrays them, Terry might have to make a decision that tears him apart inside. Imagine the guilt and fear if his choices lead to a major loss, or worse, if Meech begins to doubt his loyalty. The emotional fallout for Terry won't just be about survival. It will be about whether he can live with himself after the dust settles. This could set up a major Season 5 storyline where Terry's loyalty is questioned at every step, and his relationship with Meech hangs by a thread. Then there are the secondary characters, who are just as critical to the emotional core of BMF. Every loyal soldier, every family member, every ally has been pulled deeper into this storm. Episode 10 could be the point where side characters finally snap, showing the toll this life has taken on them. A mother realizing her sons are in too deep. A loyal soldier questioning whether this fight is worth dying for. A friend facing the choice of freedom or betrayal. These moments don't just build drama, they make the world of BMF feel raw and real. Because at its heart, this show isn't just about crime. It's about people trying to survive inside a system that constantly demands more from them than they can give, and we can't forget the emotional fallout of betrayal. If someone inside Meech's circle turns against him in episode 10, the finale, could deliver a devastating blow to the trust that has kept BMF alive. Loyalty is the glue that holds Meech and Terry's empire together, and the moment that trust breaks, everything feels unstable. Watching Meech deal with that kind of personal betrayal could show us a side of him we've never seen before, vulnerable, angry, and determined to make someone pay. For fans, that kind of emotional reaction would hit harder than any shootout, because it cuts right to the soul of who these characters are. Another layer of fallout could come from the women in Meech and Terry's lives. Season 4 has shown how deeply the women around them are affected by their choices, whether it's mothers, partners, or allies. In episode 10, those emotional threads could explode into full-on confrontations. A mother demanding her son get out of the game. A partner finally saying she can't take it anymore. Or maybe a quiet moment of heartbreak that shows just how much this world destroys love, trust, and family. These emotional beats could make the finale unforgettable. Grounding the chaos of the streets in the pain of human relationships, the true brilliance of a BMF finale is that the emotional fallout doesn't end with episode 10. The decisions, losses, and betrayals will ripple forward into season 5. Meech may carry guilt that fuels his hunger for more power. Terry may carry wounds that never fully heal. Families could be torn apart beyond repair. Every character will step into the next season carrying scars, both visible and invisible. That's why the finale isn't just about shock, it's about setting up a new emotional landscape, where the characters are changed forever. By the time the credits roll on episode 10, fans won't just be left stunned by the action. They'll be left thinking about the characters they love, the pain they're carrying, and the uncertain future that lies ahead. That's the kind of emotional punch that makes a finale legendary, and BMF feels ready to deliver it. What if episode 10 doesn't just end season, for it secretly lights the fire for an even bigger season 5? That's the true magic of a great finale. It doesn't just close doors, it opens new ones, leaving fans buzzing with theories and questions. And with BMF, the finale has always been about planting seeds for what's coming next. So when episode 10 drops, we can expect more than betrayals, deaths, and heartbreak. We can expect the birth of a whole new chapter that could take Meech, Terry, and the entire empire into uncharted territory. Season 5 isn't just going to continue the story, it could completely reshape the legacy of BMF. One of the biggest setups episode 10 might give us is Meech expanding his empire beyond what we've seen so far. Throughout season 4, Meech's ambition has been clear. He doesn't just want to dominate his current turf, he wants to build something legendary. The finale could end with a bold move toward new cities, new states, or even bigger connections in the drug world. A single scene, maybe a phone call with a powerful contact or a glimpse of Meech stepping into a new city, could be all it takes to tease the direction of season 5. Fans know the real BMF story grows beyond Detroit, and this finale could be the perfect moment to show that the world is about to get a lot bigger. But expansion always brings new enemies, and that's where the season 5 setup gets even more exciting. Episode 10 could introduce or hint at a rival who makes every past enemy look small. Maybe it's a cartel figure who doesn't like BMF stepping into their territory, or a ruthless up-and-comer who wants to make a name by taking Meech down. Even just a shadowy mention of this new threat in the finale could give season 5 a menacing edge right from the start. The idea that Meech isn't just fighting local rivals or the FBI anymore, but someone far more dangerous, is exactly the kind of setup that would make fans hungry for the next season. Of course, the FBI isn't going anywhere either. Season 4 has shown us how close law enforcement is to closing in, and episode 10 could end with a cliffhanger that leaves Meech and Terry boxed in. Maybe it's an arrest. Maybe it's someone flipping and becoming an informant. Or maybe it's just a quiet shot of the FBI building a massive case file, ready to bring everything down in Season 5, no matter what. The finale will likely remind us that even as Meech dreams bigger, the law is never far behind, and the tension between those two forces, expansion and law enforcement, will make Season 5 feel like a ticking time bomb. Family drama will also play a huge role in how Season 5 is set up. Episode 10 could end with Meech and Terry more divided than ever. A betrayal, a loss, or even a clash over their future could leave cracks in their brotherhood. Season 5 could then explore whether their bond can survive the weight of their choices. We've already seen hints of this tension throughout Season 4, but the finale could push it into new territory, maybe even setting up the idea that the brothers' greatest enemy isn't outside, but within. That's a storyline fans would follow with deep emotional investment. And let's not forget the women and families caught in the middle. Episode 10 might end with heartbreak, confrontations, or emotional sacrifices that ripple into Season 5. The setup could show us mothers at their breaking point, partners ready to walk away, or children growing up in the shadow of chaos. These storylines add depth to BMF, reminding us that the empire isn't built on money and power alone, it's built on the cost people pay every single day. Season 5 could dig even deeper into those emotional scars, making every victory feel bittersweet. The finale could also end with a classic BMF cliffhanger, the kind that leaves fans replaying the last 5 minutes again and again. Maybe it's a shocking betrayal revealed in the final scene. Maybe it's a gun pointed at someone's head with the screen cutting to black. Or maybe it's just Meech standing on the edge of a new city, looking out at the empire he's about to build, leaving us desperate to see what happens next. Whatever the twist, Episode 10 will likely close Season 4 with a mix of shock and promise, making sure Season 5 feels like the most important chapter yet. By the time Episode 10 ends, we won't just be thinking about what happened, we'll be imagining everything that's coming. New enemies, bigger ambitions, law enforcement closing in, and a brotherhood pushed to its breaking point. That's the setup for a season that could define BMF's entire legacy. Season 5 won't just raise the stakes, it could show us the true cost of chasing greatness. And that's why the Season 4 finale isn't just an ending. It's the beginning of something even bigger.